on Tuesday. All right, he's basically for this moment indisposed, and by Tuesday he'll be physically present actually to stir this train once again. Welcome to Martyrs. It is a voice of the people, 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Mwachuku. So currently we're streaming live. You can join us on YouTube, on Facebook as well. Is at VOP 903 FM. All right, the idea for streaming is for you to be virtually part of the conversation, so you see the theatrics, the gesticulation, you see the dramatizing of my analyst in the studio when the conversation gets hot, when he begins to throw it, water. So you can see how he's throwing the thing, water. You can see how the mouth is flying. That's basically why we actually do the whole thing virtually. So, and of course, anywhere in the world that you are, you can be part of the conversation as well. You are not just restrained or restricted to this particular region. So that's the essence of our streaming on YouTube. Once again, welcome to Martyrs. You can follow me on social media at Esther Unwaz on Instagram. That's ESTANWAZ. And on Facebook is at Esther Mwachuku. On Twitter, it's Esther Mwachuku. That's Estic Media on YouTube. While on YouTube, it's Estic Media. That's ESTIQMEDIA. TIQMEDIA, Estic Media on YouTube. So what are we discussing on Matters? Obviously, we discuss matters, issues that affect us on a daily, issues that affect our polity, our lifestyle, our daily living, our economy, aviation. Every sector is basically what Matters looks into. So what is a pressing concern that we want to talk about today? Remember that we don't just do talk. The idea is that sometimes when some recommendations are made on this platform, those who are in charge, those who are in charge of the unit responsible or for the cause of the conversation we're having, gets to possibly get an idea of what they should do, have an opportunity to listen to the complaint of the people and do something about it, which is either adjusting, modifying their policies, or seeing how they can infuse, a method to ameliorate the condition that is causing the vehemence in reaction to some of the issues that we discuss here. Now, let's look at Godswill Akpabio, right? He is a Senate president. So he's saying that the Senate might intervene in the current hike in the pump price of petrol set by the NNPC. Now, this was when he was responding to questions from state correspondents after plenary yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday. Now, he said that the Senate will step in if the need arises. I want to ask you this question. Has the need not arisen yet? Petrol is now 1,000 in the black market, 1,300 naira per litre. And salary never increased. Private investors, entrepreneurs, I don't even know how they are coping. 1,300 naira per litre. So if you want to buy 5 liters, you buy 5 liters of 5,000, almost 6,000 naira for 5 liters or more. Okay. So he's saying basically that he's yet to make a holistic assessment of the situation, but believes that what has happened is owing to deregulation. There's quite a lot of conflicting analysis or perception to this particular fuel increment. Initially, we heard, or the promise was, if Dangote Refinery starts lifting petrol, starts distribution, that petrol will be subsidized, that the price will increase. Later, the price will reduce. Later, we heard that, no, that's not a promise. So the fact that Dangote Refinery it's a private business, the man needs to make his money. So that's not what it is. Later, we heard that the NNPCL were the ones that were going to determine the price peg, the price tag of Dangote's petrol. Later, we now heard that Dangote is now going to be the one responsible for placing the price peg. Like, there are different talks, different pronouncements every day. At some point, Dangote wanted to sell off his refinery because he was like, the government wasn't interested anymore, and he made some expose as to a particular refinery being established in Malta, talked about certain cabals, and then later it's like they resolved their rift, and then he commenced operations. The question is, in the middle of all of this chess game, where does that place the common man? Where does that place a Nigerian? You cannot eat 3 square meals, and the one meal that you may eat in a day that you may consider to be quite healthy, is difficult to access healthy food because it's expensive. It's expensive. For the common man, the protein bar is beans. You can't buy beans anymore. Now, the increment in terms of buying petrol affects all sectors. It will affect importation. It will affect transportation. It will affect distribution of goods and services. Everybody needs to make their profit. Do you know that I was reading somewhere that this man clears vehicles, right? He clears cars at the wharf. And he said something that initially to clear one vehicle was 5 million naira, but now to clear one is 21 million naira. So that's what they would do. They will use to clear their vehicle at the customs. When that man brings it in and puts it in the market, you say you want to go buy motor. How much you think say you go use buy them? Where the money dey? So let's go come and start using our transportation system, our commercial transport. But then is that what even enough to satisfy the needs of a lot of Nigerians who want to go from one location to another? So it's a major, sporadic effect, and it's continuous. The president's wife has told Nigerians that it is her husband is not the reason for the quagmire we're facing, the poverty, the inflation, the kind of lifestyle we're living now that is not commendable. That her husband is not the one behind it. That we should know those who are responsible for it. I mean, how do you want Nigerians to feel about this? Well, these are some of the things we're also going to be looking at, okay? Now, secondly, we will now go to Rivers. And it's quite unfortunate with what transpired, because just yesterday, I'm sure you heard about what happened in Rivers State, where the 27 lawmakers, apparently, according to what the justice said, he said that Fubara needs to represent the 2024 budget, because the 4-member State Assembly members he presented the 2024 budget to are not recognized legally, and that it was unconstitutional. He needs to represent that budget to 31 State House of Assembly members. Now the question is, who will be those that will fill the seats of those 31? Is it the ones that said that they're now APC members? Are they the same persons that will be part of PDP to be representing those 27 defected seats or vacant seats? Because the court did not say anything about them. All we know for now is the court is that INEC should not declare their seats vacant, and INEC should not conduct fresh elections for those 27 vacant seats. So where does that put Governor Fubara of Rivers State? And how are the people in Rivers State going to cope with this political crisis between these two men? One is a lion and the other one is an elephant. So I don't know what is going to happen with these two men, with this back and forth. Wike has said his hand is not there. He's not involved in what is going on. Fubara should just obey the law. Fubara should obey the courts. He said he has no hand in anything that is going on. It's easy for people to say he's the one involved, but that he's not involved. That he's facing his portfolio as the FCT minister. But do Nigerians really believe that? With what has been going on, Fubara has made insinuations and comments lately attributing the fact that the political upheaval in Rivers State is basically sponsored by one person. That's a crazy scenario. Now, do you know what this means if these 27 defected lawmakers decide to sit based on what the court order has said? Toye Cole has already said that there's a possibility of an impeachment unless there is a different legal perspective to handling this, which of course my analyst will be looking at for us in the course of the conversation. Secondly, PDP has become factionalized officially. So there's the anti-Damagum faction, and then there is another faction that has named a new acting national chairman. Okay, now a faction of the People's Democratic Party has appointed Alhaji Yayari Ahmed Mohammed as its new acting national chairman amid the ongoing crisis in the party. This decision is coming after the faction suspended acting national chairman Ambassador Ilia Damagum. The Federal High Court in Abuja today restrained the National Executive Committee and Board of Trustees of the PDP from removing Damagum as the acting national chairman of the party. Now, regardless of this court injunction, the party's national publicity secretary, Debo Olonugaba, announced Mohammed's appointment in a statement today. And of course, we're wondering if the court has said or disclosed to us that Damagum still remains the official chairman of the PDP. Then why are this faction saying that we don't recognize you and they appointed another chairman? So how will it go? This particular new chairman, who are the persons within his constituents? Who are the supporters of this new chairman? And then who are the supporters of Damagum? And then they made some suspensions, and others are asking questions. Why didn't you suspend Nyesom Wike, one person that polarized your party significantly since 2023, and you haven't done anything? Of course, they're calling Wike's name in this whole entire ordeal. So these are some of the conversations we're looking at today on Martyrs. Barrister Darlington is my analyst right here in the studio, and of course he'll be giving us his own fair share of what he thinks on some of these topics I have reeled out, and other economic factors and policy implementation that basically is affecting the common man, the average Nigerian. And in the course of the program, we'll open the phone lines and you get to tell us your own perspective to some of these issues and what your recommendation would be. Let's advise. Maybe there is a way something can be done, and sometimes someone responsible enough will do what is necessary. Barrister Darlington, welcome again to Matters this afternoon.
Yes, Esther, how are you once again?
I am fine. I'm so fine. Thank you for joining us. Barrister Darlington, let's start off with what Akpabio said. Akpabio said that Nigerians should not be bothered about the fuel increment being stipulated by the NNPC. According to what Akpabio is actually saying, he's saying that Nigerians should not be bothered. They should not worry about it yet, because that was in a message that he sent to Nigerians, and that the Senate will step in. In what capacity will the Senate step in? What's the difference that will be made for the Senate to step in? What difference will their stepping in make?
Yeah, Esther, you see, since Akpabio has been Senate President, I have been taking stock of his statement and his intervention in national issues. It has not augured well. He has not done anything to tell me that he deserves that position. All the things he have done, all the things he have said, doesn't look like a president of a Senate is talking. And so this one is saying now, did he tell you how he's going to intervene? The answer is no. Remember that
he just said the Senate will step in when the need arises. And the question is, has the need not arisen yet? Good. Has it not arisen?
Good. He has forgotten that where he's stepping in is somebody's private business. This one is not an NPC or Nigerian refinery. He cannot step into somebody's business now. It's not possible. He just said it just to say something, not that he's going to do it. Is he going to step in and tell Dangote, this is how much you must sell your refined product?
So he's saying that there's a holistic method, that they have to look at it holistically. For example, this is his quote: "It simply means that you are going to stop the idea of subsidy to make sure that the monies are used for other things. So I don't expect any increase in pump price." Barrister Darlington, how much was petrol when President Bola Tinubu came on board?
You see, these are issues that when it come up like this, some of us feel like we feel so disappointed. You mean it is now you are going to look at the matter holistically? All the while that they were promising us that Dangote will roll out today, he will roll out tomorrow. You mean all these things we are not taking into consideration? You mean before now nobody has sat down to work out the modalities for the so-called rollout? He has forgotten that both diesel, aviation fuel, and the kerosene have been, running smoothly. This man has been selling this other product. Why is it particularly on fuel?
Barrister Darlington, he said, so at the beginning, it may seem to be increasing, but I believe strongly that with the production from Dangote refinery and then other refineries, when they become functional, and the fact that it is now open to all to bring in products into the country, I can assure you that we may not even see higher pump prices. So please, let's not dwell on the increase in pump price. We'll assess it, and if there is a need for us to intervene, we will intervene. So the need has not arisen yet for the Senate to intervene. That's my major concern. At what point will that need become viable?
That will tell you that he's not ready to do anything. He's not ready to do anything, because if they actually wanted to do so, they would have taken care of this thing before we got here. That will tell you that he can't even do anything when his paymaster is not around. What is he going to do? He can't take any decision now. Have they ever taken any decision? The answer is no. So all this one he's saying now is for us to say that he says something. He will never implement whatever he's saying, because Tinubu is not around. It's as simple as that. If this particular Senate are truly a National Assembly, a parliament, the president or the executive wouldn't have been doing what they are doing. There are issues this parliament would have resolved, especially how come Owando bought the NNPC? And then how come NNPC now outsourced their downstream sector to a private company like Owando? This is the issue that are supposed to come before the Senate. Let them resolve that issue. How come a smaller company like Rwanda swallowed NNPC as big as it is? Nobody talked of that. Nobody, look into that. So how is he going to look into this other matter now? It's not possible. He said if other refineries, which other refineries? The modular refineries, are they functioning? The answer is no. Nobody has given them crude. Nobody. And even at that, they only have the capacity to refine diesel, not petroleum products. So what are they going to resolve that they did not resolve all this while? All this while. So the thing is that we're in a very serious quagmire here. Seriously. Nigerians are on their own on this matter. Remember, when they removed this fuel in 2023, May 29, they told you that with this fuel subsidy removal, other players will come in and fuel will be everywhere. And with it, the price will come down. Esther, please. Ironically, I was here with you on that May 29. I was here. I listened to the inaugural speech. And I told you this thing will not work. Has it worked? So, if it has not worked for 1 year now, where are the other players that will bring the fuel? Where is the fuel? All the things they promise you that this removal of something will do for you, has you achieved one out of one? And the National Assembly are there. They have not called the president. Come on, this is what you promised Nigerians. What is going on? It's not their responsibility to ask questions and know what is going on in NNPC. But because the guy is the minister of nobody will talk. Nobody will ask any question.
All right, Barrister Darlington,
so
is there
if they have not resolved the main issue of this subsidy removal, how are going to resolve this one now?
All right, Barrister Darlington, let's move on to other issues. Is there a possibility of Fubara facing any form of impeachment threats? Because according to what Tony Cole said, we talked about this in the World News at 12, that basically with what is currently going on, Fubara could face a potential impeachment threat due to the unfolding political crisis. Is there a possibility of that happening? And then another question is, has this gone beyond Fubara? Is it just Wike and Fubara? There is something more in all of this going on in Rivers.
There is nothing more apart from the fact that somebody wants to control a structure that does not belong to him. Wike forgot that this structure has been built over the years by successive Rivers State governors. Like Amechi is saying that all the governors passed through him. Amechi was boasting that all the governors, that any of them, they should come out and tell him whether they did not pass through him. So he was boasting. So they did not leave a structure. So it's all about somebody's structure. There's nothing deeper than that. Are you getting what I'm saying? And this structure, somebody wants to use it to build his adventure into the presidential seat in Abuja. These are the easy. That's what is playing and nothing else. As for impeachment, my dear, forget it, because you cannot put something on nothing. Who are the people that are going to impeach Fubara? The defected lawmakers. Remember that matter is in court.
But if the
has
court
it been resolved?
It's not been resolved.
So,
but if the court is given a judgment that the budget presentation needs to be represented legally in the face of 31 members, that is constitutionally represented. So who are these persons that will fill up those defected APC seat or PDP seat?
The matter is going for appeal, and that is the right thing to do. If the matter has been, the appeal has not been resolved, then who are the people that are going to impeach Fubara? Is that not a serious issue to resolve? So the people can say whatever they like and all that, but the fact remains that under the law, that idea is not tenable, because it is a legally constituted state assembly that can impeach a governor having secured 2/3 of the votes. Remember, the attorney general of the state will equally constitute a panel that will look into the allegations of the governor. So which attorney general are they going to write to constitute a panel? Is it this one that is with Fubara? My dear, it's not possible. Forget it.
All right, Barrister Darlington, let's look at the PDP. The crisis there has deepened as National Working Committee has divided into two factions. So basically, Nigerians woke up to this news and they were shocked. Like, okay, let's not say they were shocked. People will tell you that they're not surprised with the happenings in the political space. But the PDP has been bedeviled with those who think Damagum is working for APC. Damagum's quietness, Damagum's inactive reaction or responses, all right, to the major opposition to them, which is the APC. They feel that he's been bought over. A couple of others feel that he's been hobnobbing with APC members. Others also feel that he has a strong affiliation with Nyesom Wike, and that's why he has not called him out. And because of that, the court order, which has actually stated that Damagum cannot be asked to step down, meaning that authenticating him as a chairman. Now there is a factional chairmanship position being created by the PDP, and a new leader has emerged. They've named him Ahmed Mohammed. He's a new acting national chairman of a faction of the PDP. So what is going on with the opposition? And do you think the APC is sitting down somewhere and laughing?
The issue of PDP, in fact, I don't know how to describe it because I never believed and I never thought that PDP will come to this sorry state. All because of what? When this thing was coming up, they took it for granted. They never paid attention to Wike and where he was going. I'm telling you. Because I remember whenever any dictator, whenever anybody with a very evil ambition is coming up with his idea or with his agenda, people don't see it clearly. He will come like a joke, you know. But some people who have insight will be warning that look the direction this thing is going is bad. It's bad. Don't allow it to continue. But some people say no, it does not matter. Don't worry, this and that. And I have always given example how the Nazi Germany came up. The German parliament and the German people, they never knew what Hitler had up his sleeves when he was coming up. And he was bringing up his evil agenda. People never saw it until it became what it was, and the rest became history. When Wike was coming up with, nobody knew where he was going. And I was thinking that some responsible people in PDP would have said, no, this young man, the way you are doing this it will not be to our own interest. For example, Wike said that he wrote to PDP leaders when he wanted to take appointment with APC, and they asked him to go ahead.
He said they are aware of that. So those who are asking that the president should speak with him or the president should talk to him, like how?
So what I'm not saying that, why did you allow such a thing? And the man is not using it against you. Tell me, how? You remember how many times they have told the P2B to join them in APC and the man refused? You remember? They even made it public. The man did not even bother to answer them. So why would the PDP now allow Wike to join APC? And now they are now crying like a spanked child. They would have told him, no, don't. Even make a press conference out of it. All this thing we are hearing from Wike now was something they did secretly behind closed door. That is why Wike is challenging them now to come and tell him this and that. And nobody saw the danger in it. That if they allow this man to do it, that means they are empowering him more and more. Because whenever you align yourself with somebody with certain characters, eventually they will identify you with that person. They say, tell me your friends, I'll tell you whom you are. If PDP does not see anything good in APC, why would they not allow one of their own to align with APC? And the thing, after remember, this thing happened after what Wike did in Rivers State. How he betrayed his party. He now wrote to them, they said now he should go ahead. What kind of thing is that? Were they hypnotized? What have they benefited from it now? As to say, they want to benefit. What did they benefit from it now? What did they benefit? So, my dear, some elders are not elders. So Seriously. Some elders are not elders. If PDP were to be the PDP of old, somebody would have refused this particular overture. They would have turned it down bluntly. So that Wike would not have a place to stand now and begin to embarrass everybody PDP. If you ask me, if that is Wike said is the truth, then PDP, they brought the monster that is eating them now. They created a monster out of Wike, and that monster now cannot be controlled. That's the truth. That's the simple truth. So everything he does now, or anything he's doing now, it is PDP that called for it. That is why you must be principled in whatever you are doing. Be principled in whatever you are doing. Let your yes be yes and let your no be yes be no. If they have ab initio, stand against Wike, he wouldn't have gone further. He would have thought of it. But they allowed him, collected some largesse from him and all that, including those he bought from. You know that kind of rubbish. So after accepting all these things, how can you now look at him in the face and say, no, this is the length I can go with you? And the man has become so powerful that he can threaten everybody.
Barrister Darlington, we need to open the phone lines now because we have very limited time. The Nigeria High Commission in the United Kingdom has pulled down statements and policies related to the administration of former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. You know that Jonathan left office in 2015 following his defeat to former President Muhammadu Buhari of the APC during the year's presidential election. Well, reports emerged recently that the Nigerian High Commission's website still displays information from Jonathan's administration despite the transition from Buhari's government to President Tinubu's government. Now, despite the change in Nigeria's national anthem in May, with the approval of the National Anthem Bill 2024, Arise O Compatriots, the old anthem reportedly remained on the website. Now, Daily Trust had noted in a report that the policy statements of Tinubu, who assumed office in 2023 and has visited the UK at least 5 times since then, were not found as of October 4, 2024. So, an update has emerged or surfaced on the Commission's website just a few days after the media's observation. The information from Jonathan's tenure was still present in key sections, although the new anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee, has now been featured on the website, and Jonathan's policy statements that once dominated the website have been removed. How is this a point of concern? Because I don't understand what is this in any way affecting the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, or is it that nobody paid attention to ensure that there was an update in terms of information on their website?
That will tell you that people still defer to Jonathan's administration.
Or don't you think it's an oversight from the
not.
media team of the president's administration for them not to have noticed it since then and written to them to update their information on their website?
My dear, it is not as if they don't know. It's not that some people still prefer Jonathan. That will tell you how much Jonathan's administration is loved by the Nigerians and by the whole world. Esther, when the Queen of England died, immediately they changed their whatever, all the things that had to do with her.
Yes.
Aside to their king,
yes,
being the son of the queen,
including their currency itself already.
They changed it immediately. This thing now is automatic. It's automatic. That will tell you that this particular, they were never prepared for what? Leadership.
So,
but important things like this, why should it be an oversight? Important thing like this. Look at how they are now over 1 year in office, over 1 year, and this is still there. It will tell you that, look, whether you like it or not, they now see Jonathan as a God sent, but we rejected it. God sent us Jonathan, but we rejected him. That's why the man is now punishing us. It's as simple as that.
Do you want Jonathan to come back?
My dear, if I have my way, I will beg him to come back.
But do you think there's a possibility he would win?
If I have my way, because from all indications, that man was God sent.
But Barrister Darlington, weren't you one of the persons who criticized his administration at the time?
Sorry?
Weren't you one of the persons who criticized Jonathan's administration at the time?
Me?
In terms of financial mismanagement, the spendings at the time, and the fact that, especially when the administration of Buhari came on board and said there was nothing in the treasury, that everything had been spent and swept off and no accountability for it.
I have never for one day criticized Jonathan. I have never for one day. I challenge anybody, either in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, to show me one particular event or TV or radio appearance where I was telling everybody all the battles about Jonathan. Rather, I've been saying that if APC doesn't know what to do, they should return us back to Jonathan era. I've been saying it consistently.
A lot of people had issues with Jonathan's era, and that was the whole abduction of the Chibok girls at the time. And they complained about the fact that, insecurity was a major issue at the time, and that was why people wanted change. So the same change that people wanted, and this renewed hope agenda, which sort of supposedly some persons will say is the same mantra, is the same thing. Why will the same persons who had criticized the administration of former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan be the ones clamoring for him to return? I heard some northern leaders actually asserting that they were induced to actually campaign against his administration, but they regret doing so because his administration really focused on a lot of northern agenda, which is when it comes to education, healthcare, infrastructure. They benefited the most within that administration, yet they were able to infuse the downfall of that administration. So how do we know that their interest is genuine? What if their complaint right now is stemming from the fact that, okay, what is going on is not favoring them, and that's basically why they're complaining?
Good. That is why it is said that the wisdom of man is foolishness before God. When they were doing all this, they thought that they were wise. They thought that we are being clever. They thought that they were being, intimidating the man. They thought that the propaganda has worked. But before God, he was laughing at them because they didn't know what is to come. It's like that. Even the Jews, did they not reject Jesus Christ? Today they want him back. So what I'm saying in essence is that all those propaganda, that is the limit of human wisdom. It stopped there. Now, the wisdom of God has set in, because God saw this thing before, but they never listened, they never thought of it. Remember when Jonathan was even told that when they leave, they will miss him, that what is coming, they will regret it. They said, he should go. The man said it. But nobody listened. It's like that with human beings. We are always being warned by God, but we don't listen until we enter into the lagoon, according to one man. So it is like that.
All right, let's look at the situation.
Everything that is going on, that it was foretold. Some of us, we are not even prophets. We are not even. We saw it because we know the character and the antecedent of those who are coming. That they will always be what they are, but they didn't listen to us. So I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised?
I am not.
Former governor of Rivers State and former minister of transportation, Rotimi Amechi, said he was angry that Nigerians are not protesting, that they're not protesting enough because things are very hard, things are very difficult. The question a lot of people will ask is, who won die? The last protest that took place, the October 1 to 10 protest, end bad governance protest, you saw how a lot of them were imprisoned. They were slammed with treasonable felony charges. So he was asking, a lot of Nigerians reacting to what Rotimi Amechi said. They're like, who won't die? People will don't die for protest, nothing don't happen. People will come out protest, nothing don't happen. People will injure, nothing happen. People will don't die, nothing happen. So what do you want we do? Because he was saying that these things continue to happen when they feel the people are absorbing all of this, and the people keep on absorbing, and the administration feel that okay, the people can endure it, and they continue to tax them, they continue to test their limit. What would you say to what Amechi said?
Esther, do you know during the medieval era in Italy,
when medieval era,
Olympics and all that, there are people they call the gladiators.
Okay. Good.
What did these gladiators? Do you know what they do during the contest for power and the supremacy? Of course, somebody must die among them. When they enter the ring, do you know the first thing they say? Yeah. They say, "We who are about to die." Before they enter the ring and start cutting each other. in the presence of their king. It was like a normal sports, you know, bloodthirsty, you know, sports. Two men, they will enter the ring and say, we who are about to die, before the king and all the royal court and everybody, and they will start cutting themselves. Eventually, somebody will go down. And that's it. It will get to that point. Esther, did you believe that in Nigeria of 21st century, some people will go on a suicide mission, on a bombing mission and all that? Did you ever thought of it that Nigeria will be like this? As far back as maybe 2005 and all that. Did you believe? But it's happening today. This nobody dreamt of it. All because of what? Bad leadership. It is the same way that this thing that you're saying, who wants to die? A time will come when some people say, what is left? No, is it not better I die? I read one Haliche's novel.
Please wait. Go back to your front.
Yes.
The mic. You've shifted your mouth from the mic. Sir.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Sir.
Yeah. So what I'm not saying there is that a time will come when people will now say, "Look, what is the essence of being alive?
Okay.
Is it not safer dead than to remain alive and you are worthless?"
But what is the role of the opposition in all of this? Because I recall
the
at the
opposition
time
has been suppressed to stupor.
Really?
Yes. Whenever you open your mouth now, it is treasonable felony. Can't you get it? The moment you say anything now, treasonable, they will look for a charge and put on your head. Go and ask Joe Ajero. Go and ask him. Go and ask every other person, Pindo and the rest of them. They will look for something to keep you quiet. Ordinary street urchin that protested, look at what they are going through. It's deliberate to suppress you, to keep you quiet. So, but a time will come when people will now say, okay, jail all of us. When you see the mob coming, you will get tired of shooting and arresting. They will say, shoot all of us. Has it not happened before? You saw what happened in Bangladesh. Though I can say maybe a lady now, she was afraid, she took off to save her life and that of her sister. She ran away. But Sri Lanka, or did that one happen? And so many other places in the world that we know of in the past.
So, but the reason why I'm asking is that you have the fracture in the Labour Party, you have the fracture in the PDP. These are the two strong main opposition parties. So would we say now that it has become effective to neutralize the opposition?
No.
Because there is always a saying that the unification of the House is what gives them the strength. You recently had the court judgment in the case of the Labour Party, affirming Julius Aburi as the chairman of the party. Already there is a let me not use the word dispute, because Obi said he doesn't have anything against Julius Aburi, but Julius Aburi feels betrayed by Peter Obi. Julius Aburi feels that Peter Obi threw him under the bus, and that was what made him to rescind the automatic ticket for 2027. Now that the court has retained and said they recognized the March convention that was organized in Anambra, and that Aburi is a legal chairman of the Labour Party, of course we already know what is already at play. There is a pro-Nenadi Usman faction and there's a pro-Fubara faction. Now you now have a pro-Damagum faction of the PDP and a new PDP chairman that is already in place. So if these strong opposition parties that are meant to counter the effort or strategy of the APC seems neutralized, is it not a walkover in 2027 for this current administration?
Please, let us not go there. What you call a victory in an election is not what it is over here. When you contest an election in a free and fair election and win, fine, no problem. But when you are using this underhand tactics,
what's the underhand tactics,
like intimidating INEC to do your bidding and all that, buying security, buying INEC, buying everybody.
Who said they bought INEC?
No,
who said they bought security?
I'm coming.
Okay.
You just read out something that's going on in the parties.
Yes, obviously.
Good. Who is doing all those things? Who is doing all those things? Please answer me. The day a madman realized that he's naked, that day the madness will disappear. When the Jews wanted to do away with Jesus Christ, what did they do? The Sadducees and the Pharisees, who does not agree, when they discovered that this is a matter for Pontius Pilate and Caesar, they now came together in order to do away with Jesus Christ, because they felt that Jesus Christ was disturbing them. Didn't they come together? That's how they succeed. So a day will come when the parties will realize that they are being used and all that, and that thing will stop.
When you say a day will come when the party realize they're being used, that they don't know that they're being used, or have they adduced that they're being used?
I said a day will come. Okay, look at it this way.
You're the same person who said that politicians are naturally selfish.
No.
Whatever they agree to is selfish interest. So if they have an opportunity to gain more from whatever negotiation, even if it's coming from the opposition, don't you think that that's basically what they're abiding by?
No. The public, the electorate.
Okay.
They have a responsibility because the power these people are exercising belong to the electorate. Now, imagine if in any constituency, you who is in Abuja there, you realize that your people are waiting for you at home. My dear, won't you think twice before you sabotage them? Hold on. Won't you think twice before you cross carpet, before you start doing some of these shenanigans? That is the day it will come. Because I just gave you an example here. Did you believe that what is going on in Nigeria will ever happen? But it happened. It happened because of bad work, leadership. So a day will come when these people that are hungry now, the hunger will get to a stage whereby the people will say, look, since even I'm about to die,
all right,
let me do what I'm supposed to do.
And what do you think they're supposed to do?
Go on a suicide mission.
What suicide mission? Because suicide mission in what regard?
You see this revolution that they avoided. Government is calling for it gradually. Government is calling for this revolution.
Barrister Darlington, these are the opinions of Barrister Darlington. What revolution? We don't want any revolution. Nobody's asking for a revolution at this point in time.
Been saying it now.
Well, you know that Shawara was actually slammed with treason for making such a statement, and that case is still in court. Well, it's still pending. So we cannot throw that word on air right now.
I am not saying that it has happened. I am saying that government is calling for it, because when people who are hungry cannot be attended to, and they see their leaders eating fat, wasting money right, left, and center. Please, Esther, do you need anybody to tell you what will happen
next? The president's chief of staff has affirmed that the president is suffering along with the people, and that he's feeling their pains, that he sympathizes, he empathizes with the people, and that he knows that the people are suffering. That's why the policies are in here and will begin to take shape very soon. Right. Also, the president's wife has actually spoken to Nigerians and begged them that her husband is not the one responsible for the current hardship in this country. Previous administrations have already put that groundwork, and so the husband is the one suffering from the consequences of the maladministration of the previous administration.
No. All this one are just rhetorics. This woman told us that if they did not perform, we should vote them out. Remember, she said it. Now that they did not perform, why are they taking the blame to somebody else? The husband was the national leader of APC, so he's aware of what happened. He was part and parcel of the past administration. We knew what is on ground. He was one that promised us that Ekpo Omawale. Tinubu said it repeatedly during his campaign. And I'm asking now, Shey Otiwalensi? I asked that question yesterday. So why would somebody now come and you want me to sympathize with him? Oh, really? If Tinubu is suffering, please, that is suffering. Let him transfer it to me. I want to have that kind of suffering. Maybe he's suffering, he doesn't have food to eat, Abi. He cannot even afford diesel like.
No, he said not just Amechi, even Kalu, former Abia State Governor. He's saying the same thing.
Please let them transfer whatever they have acquired so far to me, and let me complain. Is it not simple as that? Kalu said he had packed his private jet.
Yes, he said he had to sell it off. Yes, that he cannot afford Jet A1.
They are so poor now that they can't even afford a cup of rice.
So if fuel is now 1,000 and let's say 1,300 naira, how much will Jet A1 be? That means domestic flights will skyrocket again. Is that what it means?
It doesn't matter. All of them can afford it 1,000,000 times over. They're just trying to play to the intelligence of the poor people, gullible Nigerians. So you want me to believe all this story? Look at that kind of story. When some of them even have filling stations where they supply them free whatever.
Let's take phone calls, all right? The number to call is 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903. This is Martyrs. My name is Esther Wachuku. I'm sitting in for Ikami Judah. We've been able to highlight some of the issues currently bedeviling the Nigerian economy at this time. What's your reaction to these developments and the inattitude or the lackadaisical attitude of the opposition political parties to the current political quagmire in terms of some of the policy implementation of this administration administration, and we're not hearing the opposition become effective as voice out categorically and see how they can synergize to let the voice of the people be heard for their responses to be taken seriously. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has said that if the need arises, then they will definitely intervene. Has a need not a reason for them to intervene?
I wonder.
I don't understand what that means. Has a need not a reason for them to intervene? Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Martyrs. How are you? Hello? Hello? 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. And then, of course, you can send your WhatsApp messages to 0817 1756 338. 0817 1756 338. Hello? Hello? I can't hear anything.
Before the caller start calling, let me make a suggestion to PDP.
Okay.
If they allow this into
hello, hold on, barrister. I'm trying to learn this new
word.
Hello.
Hello.
Finally. What's your name, please? Good afternoon.
I'm not hearing.
You can hear. I can hear. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon. What's your name, please, and location?
It's Charles from Festac.
Charles from Festac. Charles, please go ahead.
Barrister Darlington, I'm American.
There will.
The breaking news now, they said Justice Lifo have asked PDP not to suspend the Damagu.
Yes, we said it here.
Okay. And this Justice Lifo, they started again, Abby. Damagu must go, and we must leave PDP, whether he likes it or not.
Well, the court has stopped the PDP National Executive Committee, the Board of Trustees. They've stopped them from sacking Damagum as acting national chairman. And we already know where Damagum is, who he's focusing on, or who is supporting him. Hello? All right, let's take more calls. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. The WhatsApp number is 0817 1756 338. Hello. Good afternoon, rather. Hello. Hello. All right, so we've lost that call. 0700 903 903. I don't know what's going on.
The engineer to check the.
I thought the engineer is listening to us at this time, but hey, 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Hello. Hello.
What is going on?
I don't know. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. But you can send your WhatsApp messages, please, if you cannot connect. Hello. 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 All right, please send WhatsApp messages. I don't know what's going on with the line. We cannot seem to hear you, or when we pick the call, we can't hear anything. All right, so send a message to 0817 1756 338. 0817 1756 338. That's the WhatsApp number there. So you can send your messages there, or you can actually call there so we can hear from you. All right. Hello. 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 I don't know. I can see the light blinking. Hello? All right, please kindly call the WhatsApp number. All right, call the WhatsApp line. It's 0817 1756 338. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name and location, please?
Hello. What are the people?
Yes, what's your name?
My name is Raja.
Your name is what? All right, welcome. Welcome to VOP 90.3 FM. Please go ahead.
I want to comment on the topic of my brother. What my brother is saying now.
Go ahead.
The problem,
Go ahead.
the problem we know in this country Nigeria is we are deceiving ourselves. That is the problem.
We are deceiving ourselves. We are not truthful to ourselves. We are not deceiving ourselves. The one Mama said, "They mad is naked." That's the madness stuff, and that's the short truth. When on the other hand, we are deceiving ourselves. That's where our friends go to fix. That is our leader now. We are not giving away with them. They are just trying us anyhow. Look at the price now. People are now losing work every day. I see people everywhere. They're telling us what are they feeling? They saw that they are what they are feeling to us. So they can let them know how it be. So that they can contribute. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much for calling, okay? Thank you. 0700 903 903 903. And please call the WhatsApp number if you cannot get across the 0700. So the WhatsApp number is 0817 175 6338. Let me call that very slow. 081 717 56338. That's the WhatsApp number. So send your messages there, or you can call the number. Since I don't understand what is going on with the call line. All right, let me read some of your messages right now. Esther and Barrister Darlington, I greet you fundamentally. What happened now? I waited endlessly for people to begin. Mabi, no, sorry. Esther, Wike's guts and temerity stinks. I used to like him before, but when his guts began to take the place of God, I stopped liking him. Hello? 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 Okay. Can't hear anything. All right, let me continue. Unfortunately, Esther, like Mr. Peter Anosike said yesterday, I don't trust the courts. Otherwise, I would have supported Governor Fuber to challenge this illegality and corruption at the Supreme Court. But Wike and the federal government have pocketed the judiciary. Nothing would change. Why is Peter Orderly and former First Lady Patience Jonathan not speaking up? James Obunna from Oshodi. Thank you, James, for that message. Good afternoon. That doctor must be charged. Okay, no, this was not sent during my times. Okay, some of us are misophonia. All right. Okay, I don't know who is that. I can't comprehend what you just wrote here. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. But if you cannot get across to that number, you can actually send your messages to 0817 1756 338. Okay, and you can also call it as well. All right, good afternoon. It's Adeyemi Kamaru from Satellite Town, Lagos. So ask that the NNPCL sold crude oil to Dangote Refinery, a private concern at a lower price, is to bring back subsidy through the back door, which is contrary to the Petroleum Industry Act. If the NNPC didn't, that they will lose money, and Nigeria needs that money, seen as less than 10% of Nigeria pay income tax. Yet we are an entitled people, very entitled. All right, thank you, Adeyemi Kamaru, for sending that message. Hello, I'm picking your calls, or I don't know what is going on. All right, good afternoon, Esther Machuku and our guest in the studio. It's very clear that this administration is confused and has nothing to offer Nigerians. It's better they start getting their baggages ready to evacuate. Soft touch from Idimu. Okay, soft touch, well done. Thank you for calling. The experience, or rather sending your messages, apologies for that. He actually sent a message. The experience Nigerians are having since the beginning of democracy in Nigeria is that, hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. You are live. Hello? Hello? All right, I think we have an issue with the normal line, the normal call line. So that's why I said you can call the WhatsApp number, or you can send your messages. So you're not out, or you're also part of the conversation. Please, I sincerely do apologize. I don't know what's going on, but to be part of the conversation now, you can call 0817 1756 338. That's the WhatsApp number, 0817 1756 338, or you can send your messages therein. Okay, I'll definitely try to read all of them out before the duration of this program elapses. So let me continue. Esther, do you know that our government is building monsters which will hunt everybody in Nigeria, including the present politicians? By that time, the power they are having today will not be there again. They'll be helpless and be crying like Oji Uzokalo, Amici, and others helped to building corruption in Nigeria that we're all suffering today. Chairman from Agbara, thank you so much, Chairman from Agbara, for that message. Keep sending your WhatsApp messages. Okay, I'm going to read it now. Some of you have actually tried to call. Let me see. Auntie Esther, I greet you, the parliamentarians, and our Honorable Barrister Darlington. Please kindly tell. I'm not going to read that out. I think she's referring to President Tinubu's wife, that her position is in the kitchen and not to interfere in the nation's affairs. This administration is just bringing up issues for Nigerians to get themselves busy with Babangida style, while they continue in their rascality in looting billions and trillions, no longer in naira but in dollars. Tinubu has collected loans and gone on hiking. I laugh in Swahili. Please let them release MNK for us. God bless you all. Maggie Odibo from Oshodi. All right, well done, Maggie. Okay, I think I've read your message, Dari from Fagba. The game that the APC and the government is playing, particularly the reverse shenanigans, may consume them. And indeed, Nigeria of today, the death that will kill the Mwaza made it to be death. Personality, you will tell me what that one mean. No,
yeah.
Is this Igbo?
Wanza.
This is Eugenia Mary Sherry. Mwanza. Mwanza, you know Mwanza.
The small animal. That
Oh, okay. Because be writing in English, oh. Share you here. Okay, 0700 903 903 903. I'm calling that number, but it is, I don't know what's going on with the call line today. I thought the engineer will be here to hear and listen and know what's going on, but unfortunately the engineer is not here, so we have to manage. That's why I said you should please call the WhatsApp number and send a message therein so we can read it. All right, since we're having issues with the call line. Okay, so good afternoon, Chioma. It's Esther. Pastor, do I and Chioma's voice sound alike? Good afternoon, Esther, I think, and Dede Darlington. My message to Remi Tinubu is simple. She should tell her husband to resign honorably because they don't know what they're doing and they don't know what governance is all about. All what she is saying to us are all blow off. Federal government should release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and all the Southeasterners that are on illegal detention. Chiagui Nunez from Mushi. All right, thank you for sending your message. Good afternoon, Esther. Greetings to Barrister Darlington. I'm Jerry from Iba. Why are all the pastors that protested against good luck, why are they not saying anything now? Nigeria is in big trouble. Okay, a country that 65% of its youth are jobless or has no plan for human resources in encouraging anarchy in the nearest future. Oladimiji from Igondo. Please, when is all this season movie in this country going to stop? Austin from Obanikoro. Good afternoon. Okay, let me read this. Good afternoon, Esther and your guest. As for the CNG, how many converting centers in the country and how many gas stations? If Nigerians continue to lament from now till thy kingdom come about what is happening in the oil industry, nothing will change. Also, it's a taboo for anybody to call for a protest for fear of being charged for treason in the country. The solution is simple. Let Nigerians stay at home and boycott the fuel filling stations for now until when the Minister of Petroleum, that is the President, let us know what is going on in the oil industry, because the more you look, the less you see. Is it a curse to be a Nigerian? Stephen Akimbisola from Ijegun, Lagos. Well, if you say people should stay at home, how will they feed? Right, Barrister Darlington, how will they eat? If they should stay at home, how will they eat? If that's your solution to this. And the president may not even call anybody to explain anything. He may not. Good afternoon, SM Barrister Darlington. PDP is stewing in its own juice. The party deserves its current travels. It brought it upon itself. I do not think the party will recover from its present woes to make any meaningful impact or even attempt to be formidable opposition against the ruling party. In any case, the party seems to be underestimating the length Abuja court's access will be willing to be used to totally destroy any opposition party in Nigeria. This is from Pascal Chimizi. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Martyrs. Hello.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, please? Finally, we were able to hear you. Hello. Hello.
My name is Elder Anthony.
Elder Anthony, good afternoon. Welcome. Please go ahead.
Darlington, good afternoon.
well done, my brother.
That one well at the top. Small bird is small bird will get long term.
Okay.
One there.
All right.
Small bird, they get one long term.
Okay, Wanza. Okay, now here. All right. Go ahead then. Is that what you want to explain?
How did you explain it?
He said, now small bird we get long tail. Wanza, that's small bird we get long tail.
Yeah.
He's telling us what that name means.
The mouth long.
And that the mouth is long.
Small bird. Yes.
What did they say even happened to the ones?
It was a proverb that the person wrote.
Eh.
Yeah, it was a proverb. 0700 903 903 903. That is the number. 0700 903 903 903. This will be our final call. Hello. I don't know what's going on. Hello.
I can't hear any of them.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon. Please, you have a minute. What's your take on what we're talking about and your name, please?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right.
My name is Mr. Bright.
Mr. Bright. All right. Calling from where?
Calling you from Alumosho.
All right, Mr. Bright. Go ahead.
Yes. I think Barrister.
Well done, no.
Mr. Bright, can you turn down the volume of what you're listening to us from? Maybe your TV, your radio, or something, or put your phone out from being on speaker.
All right, I've done that.
I can still hear you at the background. All right.
Like Barrister.
All right.
Person we need to become number one citizen of this country. Is it the way things supposed to be? It doesn't fight anywhere. So, as of Nike was my best person that I love. Anytime he speaks in the television, my family listens to him. But when Nike started changing like an alien, honestly, we dislike him. Because I don't know.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you for calling. This person says Tinubu only knows how to harbor. Wow. Oh, I can't read this. I'm so sorry. Let me read this one. Okay. Esther and Barrister Darlington, good afternoon. Nigerians are divided. That's why these people don't see us finish. We need to be united. If not, we're not going to achieve anything. Donald from Okafa. All right, thank you so much, Donald. Esther, good afternoon. When you know there are some words they don't allow on radio by the governing body, NBC, all right, why do you keep pestering Barrister to say all he has in mind? He mentioned revelation. No, okay, you debunked it. Anyway, that day is coming. I'm coming. Is the word from God. People had told lies to steal people's mandates. God is watching Mr. Ogumbi from Idimu. Mr. Ogumbi. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ogumbi. Thank you so much. Barrister Darlington, what's your final take on the conversation we've had so far? We need to wrap up now. We have Funhouse time coming up with Walkie Talkie and MC Chuk. So,
Esther, you cannot kill an idea whose time has come.
All right.
Whether the government like it or not, if they continue in this trajectory, something will give. Definitely, something will give. That is why I'm warning and advising. This thing that they are running away from, they should not call it upon themselves. So they should not call it upon themselves because it will definitely happen. As for dividing the opposition and all that, let me tell you, if Nigeria become a one-party state, all these people that are being used, they will go into oblivion. Some of them will remain in exile forever. Go and ask them what is going on in Russia under Vladimir Putin. So if you allow yourself to be used, what makes you think that you will become relevant later? It's not possible. Go and look at other people they use. What happened to them? You're supposed to learn from what happened to others now. So it is a lesson that you must learn, whether you like it or not. Nigeria has been structured in such a way that we have become interwoven. So any attempt to force yourself into dividing Nigeria will be resisted. It will be resisted. Nobody can play God in Nigeria. It's a matter of time. Quote me. It's a matter of time before what? Nature will take its place.
All right.
So anybody thinking that he will become God or will become a king forever, It can never happen in Nigeria. It's a matter of time before things will take its proper shape.
All right, Brother Darlington, thank you so much. I'll say it's a wrap on matters at this beautiful Friday afternoon. I do hope we're all able to cope. Trust me, it's not easy with this fuel price increment now. I don't know how the average Nigerian is coping with transportation. Obviously, this will affect every other thing, which includes food and a couple of other very essential activities that keeps the economy, going afloat. So, however, some people will say in these dire circumstances, there are some persons that are feeding well. There are some persons that are feeding fat. There are some persons who know how to look at the loopholes in this economy and take advantage of it. I beg, if you have an idea on how to take advantage of the loopholes in this economy, please let me know, because I actually want to see how I can take advantage and also make money and exist, literally survive. Barrister Darlington, thank you so much for taking your time.
Please, Esther, for those who have forgotten, did Abacha not plan to be life president in Nigeria? Did he not plan to be life president?
So in other words, what are you saying?
Where is he now?
So Gini, what are you saying now?
That is what I said. If God does not do it, man will do it.
Man will do what?
Whatever,
Gini.
to bring sanity into a place. This man will just hijack AIT and the Red Power for his campaign. The man have told the story now. Raymond Dokpesi. The day Abacha that was the day he was going to hand over the document that establishes the business media empire. Abacha just wanted him to hand it over to him.
So in other words, for you, if God does not do it, man will do it.
So that is it. So I don't know why people don't learn. From Mobutu Sese Seko to Idi Amin of Uganda to Iyadema of Togo. What happened? To even Hitler. I'm giving you life example that you can relate with. So all the people who want to acquire everything and all that, and what it is for nothing. You cannot be richer than Solomon. King Solomon, in the height of his splendor, he said, vanity upon vanity, all is vanity.
Barrister Darlington, thank you so much for being part of Matters. You guys have an amazing Friday afternoon. Dr. Walkie Talkie and MC Chicks is coming up next. That is Funhouse time. Just stay with us.